All right, guys, how's it going? You'll be glad to know that this is not a mail stand video. Aren't you sick of all them fucking emails? I've been told this, I've been told that. Do you think we're fucking stupid? Well, some of them might be alright, but some of them just sound a bit dodgy to me. How are you doing? Right, look at my eyes, man. My eyes fucking minging, you know what I mean? Like steaming out my head. Ah! I need a break. I need a break. Don't set me off moaning again. Listen. I just need to talk to you about something other than a mail stand email. I'm sick of hearing them. No offence, guys, keep them coming. What I mean is, there was just a lot to deal with today. You know what I'm saying? So let's talk about something else. How about Jamie Carragher, who's been commenting on players that have liked Mo Salah's post on social media? And Carragher had this to say. I think Curtis Jones commented on it, didn't he? Put like a clapping emoji. I thought that was a bit strange. I thought, Jesus, this is why we don't play heavy metal football, because of some players a little bit like Curtis Jones in the squad. He takes 6 touches on the ball before he passes it. That's a bit bitchy, isn't it? That's a bit bitchy, isn't it? That's a bit harsh, that I think, coming from, former pro, really, at Liverpool. I thought, steady on, son. Stay out of that one. Let Salah do whatever he wants to do. He's leaving. I'm not that too bothered, really. And maybe they all look up to Mo Salah. Thought it was a bit daft for all of them to do. I said earlier in the season he's trying to get the manager sacked. Well, at least someone fucking is. You could be on Sky Sports. Seriously. Now, whether people agree with me or not, I've been proven by him coming out and doing it again. Good. The idea he's doing it for Liverpool FC. He's not. He's just Salah FC who plays for Liverpool. Well, that bit's probably right, to be honest. Listen, Mo Salah, he knows what he's doing, right? Him, and what's he called, his agent? Run Rami Abbas, his agent, them two, a couple of conniving motherfuckers, really. You don't hear out from Salah, right? But the thing is, you've got this issue where people, like, they're against the manager, so they want rid of him, so they'll side with any player over anything if it makes Arne Slot look bad. I won't do that. In fact, when they had their bust up, I was very much on the, hey, look, the manager's the fucking manager, right? So you can't be doing that, guy. You can't just side with a player because you want rid of the manager, in my opinion, right? Some things, probably best left unsaid. However, since then, maybe someone needs to say something. Do you know what I mean? And maybe a player going, well done, is a bit of frustration from within the camp, because if they didn't agree with him, they'd be like, well, I'm leaving that fucking alone. So rather than slagging him off for his, maybe not being the greatest footballer in the world, at least he's saying something. He's indicated, isn't he? The psychology behind it would say, players are agreeing with Mo Salah. So even if you want to say Mo Salah is Salah FC and he don't care about Liverpool, are they all like Curtis Jones FC and that then as well? The issue is, right, traditionally, when it comes to football and stuff within the club, I think most people, especially former footballers and the like, or people that have been involved properly at football, professional football, would say that it's not good when people speak out, because you should keep your secrets and your private things in house and all that. But then if you don't have whistleblowers, how does anyone ever get proven right? When everyone's going, I'm telling you there's something fucking wrong, but no one says anything. It's like, well, no one's saying anything. Now you've got the players coming out and saying, hey, guess what? We're not happy too, which suggests there's a problem, doesn't it? Right? I can't watch Jamie Carragher and Gary Neville. I can't. Years ago, when they first started, I thought they were pretty cool. I thought it was pretty funny. Hello, Remy, you all right down there? I thought it was pretty funny. But now they milk the fuck out of it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I can't even watch it. I can't remember the last time I watched a football programme on television. And I've been a football nut my entire life. My entire life. It's dominated my life, football. It's cost me marriages. Well, I got married at Anfield, at the stadium. I did. In 1999, 24th of July, 1999. Look it up, Liverpool played Feyenoord. What score was it? I know, because I said, can we have it on the reception? And she went, you're not having that on. I said, well, no audio, but can we put the TVs on? And Fucking did. Yeah. But those were the days. Those were the original early days of Cock Talk. Before any peasant could get online with a pay-as-you-go mobile or free internet or whatever. Yeah, you had to pay back then to get on internet. You had to pay 15, 20 quid a month or something, membership, and a penny a minute. Penny a minute. But that was when it was cheap. It used to be more expensive than that. My missus used to say, why are our phone bills 800 quid? Who have you been phoning? We've been phoning one of them 0898s. So, no, I'm just connecting to internet. Oh, what's that? You know what I mean? Things have changed a little bit from back in the day, guys. They have. But listen, yes, you should keep things in house. But if you don't have whistleblowers every now and then, no one knows what's fucking going on. Or those that do know what's going on can't prove it. Do you know what I'm saying? Listen, you know what? Whether you agree with Slot or whether you agree with, what's he called? Salah FC, whatever, I do think sticking the boot in on Curtis there, like, even if it's fucking true, it's not very nice, that is it? It's not very nice. The whole thing's fucked up, innit, guys? You know what I think? What a miserable fucking season it's been, hasn't it, at Anfield? What a miserable, miserable fucking season. I can't do another one of these. I can't. Last summer, when you think about it, was fucking great, wasn't it? We were churning out 10, 12, 14 videos a day, watching all them Newcastle journalists have a meltdown and all that. It was great, wasn't it? It was great. Oh, man. You know, we signed some players. Oh, this is very exciting, isn't it? I'll tell you why there's no heavy metal football, because you've got a soft cunt as manager. That's why. Do you know what I mean? Well, it's the facts. It's the you might not like that word, but where I'm from, it's a term of endearment. You know what I'm saying? This has been. I can't think of any crazier years than this. I mean, don't get me wrong. During the Hicks and Gillette, when all that shit hit the fan, that was pretty weird period of time, to be honest with you. I wrote an editorial back then talking about popping up at the end of Tom Hicks' bed with a baseball bat, and someone reported me to the police. It's true. I said, I meant to play baseball at his baseball club. Imagine phoning police because you're upset because you read an editorial. Because I was deadly serious, obviously. Oh, there's some fucking idiots online, guys. You've only got to look in my comment section. You'll see the odd one in there. But you've got to be quick because as soon as I see them, they're gone. Honestly. So anyway, that's it. Well, do you know what? I think Jamie Carragher should just stop it. I mean, when you think of that spitting incident and all that, I mean, listen, I've always liked Jamie Carragher. When he was a footballer, I really liked him. I thought he was a nice person. And I remember speaking to his dad, on phone and that. I can't remember why. But I remember speaking to his dad on phone, and his dad actually sent me some signed stuff for my son Rob my little boy there. Look, when he was a little kid, there's Charlotte and Rob there. Look, back in the day, where was that? Torremolinos. They've grown up a little bit since then, like. But yeah, Jamie Carragher's old man sent some stuff for Rob, which I thought was really nice, and. Jamie Carragher would have been my captain, if Steven Gerrard hadn't have been around. But since, I don't know, in media I don't rate him in media, do you? Whether it's on Sky Sports or writing for Telegraph or whoever he writes for. He's become a bit of a sellout, really, hasn't he? Do you not think? A lot of them do, though, don't they? Take the Sky Sports shilling or whatever. I mean, it's not like the short of a few bob, is it? Would you do that? Would you come out and take piss out of Curtis Jones like that? Even if you thought it was true? Younger lad and that, you know what I mean? Like, it's not very nice, is it? That won't do him any favours, that comment, I think. I don't think that'll do Jamie Carragher any favours, because if it's triggered me enough to make a video about it, I think there'll be people in the city who'll be very unhappy about it. Oi, what are you doing up there? Come here. What are you doing? Right, guys, I'm off. I'm absolutely knackered today. Live stream later. Right, I'm going to go. We've had a day and a half today, haven't we, pal? Haven't we had a day and a half today? What day is it? It's only Tuesday, remember. Fucking hell, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. 4 or 5 days before I can get a pint. Well, not really. I mean, I could go and have a drink anytime, really, I suppose, but it's not really the most sensible thing to do, is it? Right, you can go now. I finished. If you're wondering why I've gone quiet, I'm just reflecting over Liverpool. I've never seen. Let me rephrase it. I've never been so confused in all that time I've run Cop Talk. Never, by what's going on at the club. Never. I have not got a fucking clue what's going on. I think Arne Slot goes. I think there'll be a shake-up. I think John Henry will be ruthless this summer. I do. But you know what? If by some chance they keep him, no, I can't. I just can't. I can't. I'm going to launch a knitting channel if they do. We're going to do knitting next year. I shit you not. I promise you. Someone remind me because I'll forget. If Arne Slot stays, I'll launch a knitting channel. And we'll do knitting together all season next year. And I'll buy the stuff in and everything. And we'll do it. Because I'd rather watch knitting or get stressed over knitting than watch that shite. Do you know what? I've gone right off top flight football, as you know. Lower league football now is my passion, without a doubt. And don't forget, people have been with me through my entire journey. And there's people watching my videos that have known me since I was a kid at school, since I was as like Rob's size there, with a little Liverpool top on. They know how much Liverpool's meant to me. So me going, I'm not fucking arsed. People don't understand it. They don't understand it. It's not just Arne Slot. It's football in general, top flight football, just the way things change. But, you know, you get on with it, don't you? I don't like VAR, for example. But it's not going to stop me watching Liverpool play. It's really, I really miss it, to be honest with you. I do. I really, really miss it. When I went and watched the Liverpool Man U game recently, I went to watch it in a bar at a family event. I told you, a family were visiting. And it's the first time I'd been out to watch Liverpool play this season. And apart from the result, I quite enjoyed being in that environment again with football fans. And, you know, I miss it. I do miss it. But how do you find the enthusiasm to get right back into it again? That's the thing. Because if they continue with Arne Slot, it shows you they ain't got a fucking clue what's going on in the world when it comes to football. You know, they want to make excuses, and you've got these journalists that make excuses for them, and you know who they are. You know there is no independent journalism now. I tell you what, if there was one independent Liverpool FC journalist that came out and had the balls to say, I'm breaking free from the media, I'm breaking free from working with the club, and I'm going to go independent, and I'm going to launch a Patreon, or I'm going to launch a Substack, whatever they call it. I don't know what to call them, right? If you'd support me to do it, I'll give you proper journalism, because I've got the contacts, I know people, and if you back me, I can invest in more into that. I would do it, pay for it. I would, guys. It's what you need. It's what you need. The Athletic was the big change in that. The Athletic was supposed to be changing it, right? So you pay a subscription, and that was going to be ad-free and all that, and they recruited all these journalists, but I don't think that's gone the way I would have liked it to have gone. Anyway, they charged money, and then they started displaying adverts anyway, so they went back on it, a bit like Sky TV back in the day. So you need someone to grow some balls, one of those main journos, right? Because the clicky journos and that, there's potential in some of them, but they won't rock the boat because they're probably dead, because they've probably got mortgages and shit like that. You know, and if they rock the boat, they're not going to get that access. They're not even going to get the basic access of going to a press conference. But I don't think you need to, because one thing I've learned over the years is that people are desperate to tell you things, right? Desperate to tell you things. And if you've got friends in high places or influential places in the city, they tell you things, right? Things are a bit different to back in the day when I first started, because you haven't got as many, local people involved in the running of the club, the executive decisions, so to speak. But there's a lot of people that know stuff. But I used to speak to a very well-known journalist to do with Liverpool Football Club. You would know who this person is if I told you the name. You don't really see much of them now. And they used to tell me things every week. They'd tell me things. And, obviously I could filter most of that through Cop Talk onto the members' website, which I just pointed at, but it's turned off, the monitor behind me. Are you a VIP member yet? Make my day, become a VIP member, will you? Come on. Here's some grift. I never mentioned member site, really. Yeah, links in video description, I think. I don't even know if it's there. Is it? If not, go to coptalk.com. Come on, God loves a tryer. Anyway, so this journalist, because I was still learning, remember, with Cop Talk back in the day. I'm very experienced now, but back then I was a lot younger. And they taught me things, like, oh, no, we know a lot more. Because everyone slags journalists off, oh, the shit's dirty, blah, blah, blah. But a lot of stuff they don't publish because they can't. And it's a bit like my involvement with the local football club here, right? So, that I work for the club here. I also run a Facebook page and a Twitter account and an Instagram account called CF Benidorm Talk, right? Now, I could go on there and publish multiple exclusives every week. Every week, right? I know some massive, massive things, right? Very exciting things, very controversial things. But if I did, I wouldn't be involved anymore. So this is why the journalists can't say anything. And you might have friends that, like you would get them into trouble or whatever. And relationships, right? So, I'm obviously very close to the owner and everyone. So I would never do that, But the point I'm making is this journalist at Liverpool said to me, I can't put that stuff, in the papers or whatever, but I could tell you, Dung. You could get it out through Cop Talk, and that's what I used to do. You need a journalist to go in there. Someone's got to be brave to do it, and I think there's enough Liverpool fans that would cry for something different. If you think about what have you got on YouTube, right? I'm very different to the rest, right? You know that, and I ain't got a problem with any of the other Liverpool channels on YouTube. I don't fucking watch them. Why would I? Why would I watch them? If you're a painter and decorator, you're going to go home and watch videos of painting and decorating all night. Maybe to learn something, but I don't need to learn something. They can't teach me any fucking thing, right? So I ain't got a problem with any of them, but I know they are. And I know some of them clickbait, lie, take my stuff, spin it. I know they do, right? And they know they are. They know they are. And then, they'll message me and like, how you doing? Yeah, how you doing? And I think, fuck off, you two-faced cunt, right? So I know they are, right? And then you got the good people out there. There's some good ones, some good LFC channels, like Red Raw LFC, down to earth, don't make a fucking penny from it. Do you know what I mean? Openly admits he's got, his head's not in the right place, he's run down and lost his mum and everything. And, some of us know how that feels. I do, right? That's probably got a fraction of these big channels that are either working with the club, towing the line for them for access, or have, a lot of subscribers because they trick the vulnerable through clickbaiting and bullshit. All right? That's the level of quality, as Rafa Benitez would say online, right? Quality is shit, right? So when it comes to YouTube, you ain't got much really, have you? I mean, don't get me wrong. There's some good podcast style, magazine style programs, but I'm talking about people that focus only on Liverpool. The individuals. I don't think there's many good people out there, to be honest. And for some reason, they all want to make out to know what's going on. Well, it's impossible. It's impossible to know. They know everything. And I always think the amount of fucking people I know that are actually in that club or associated to that club or have been associated to that club. And I know how difficult it is to get information from them. So I know they're full of shit. And then you look at the journalists. What journalists have we got, really? You got two really good journalists, or one really good journalist in Paul Joyce, And then you've got Ornstein that, is a bit more multi-club or whatnot, right? But we also know that they're unofficial press officers, really. And then you've got other journalists in the clicker journalists below them that are just like, Richard Hughes, it's amazing. Hope I get my access now. They're all shite. There is not one journalist anymore, with their ear to the ground. I'm in the city, I know what's fucking going on. Nothing. There ain't one. It's all gone. All the websites are turned into clickbait because the only way to make money is by getting you to accidentally click on adverts and shit like that. Right? So that's why you've got all the clickbait and misleading stuff like the Liverpool Echo, Daily Mail, Metro. You know what it is. You know who they are. And then you got all them shitty fucking givemestrength.com websites, courtout.com. They should all be ashamed of themselves. Because don't forget, I'm not a professional, right? I'm just a football fan, a Liverpool fan that happened to start a website and got lucky and did well. I'll say got lucky. I think it's because I was a genius. I was the fucking first, right? So these guys go to university and everything and study. And where's their like integrity in that? Like if I was working for a website or a newspaper and they were clickbaiting my fellow fans, I'd be like, I can't work for you doing that. But then no one would have a fucking job, would they? The point I'm trying to make here is it's a shit show for all of them, whether they're YouTubers, bloggers, professional journalists, the lot. They're all shite. There isn't one stand-up person other than me. But I'll try my best. I'll try my fucking best. I could make 10 times the amount of revenue I make if I played their antics or started selling ball shaving products and all that. Could do with some, really. Code #hairyfuck. Cop talk, 30% off. Do you know what I mean? I interrupt this video to tell you about a super duper VPN. Fuck off! And then pulling fucking thumbnails like that. You never guess what happened? What? Jamie Carragher said something about Curtis Jones. Well, what's your face like that for? I don't know. I just thought I'd do it. What's wrong with them all? There's shit. We need one stand-up person, right? Someone young, maybe not too young. The reason I say that is because, I'm 51. I couldn't give a fuck. I don't want to work for a living. I want people to buy me a beer and go, Dunk, I enjoy your videos. Thanks for trying to be different. That's what I want to do. I don't want to work for a living. I don't. Fuck that. Who wants to work for a living? I don't want to work for a living. I've worked my entire fucking life and I work every day and I genuinely have not had a day off in all the time I've done Cop Talk. Because you can't, because it's news, there's emails, blah, 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 right? Can't you tell I'm fucked? But there must be someone out there that's got a bit about them, I know there's some of these journalists like Captain Obvious, they try the YouTube, they want to be Fabrizio Romano wannabes. He's fucking useless anyway, but at least he's making a fucking killing, right? But then they'll have these, Substacks or whatever, where you pay a little bit to be on the thing, but they're still in bed with certain people. Like, fuck off. Be independent. I'm an independent journalist. No, you're fucking not. Unofficial YouTube channel. No, you're not. Not if you're working with the club. The club over the years to me, we can help you if you help us. I'm fucking telling you. I know because I've been on the other end of it. Right? I remember offering, years ago, a fella contacted me at a sports shop and he was selling official Liverpool FC kit, licensed a lot, right? Not dodgy shit like you get today. Proper stuff. And he said to me, could I promote it for him on my website, Cop Talk, right? Yeah, I'll help you out. And he said, well, this is what I can do. I can do you a commission on every shirt sale and then charge people, 4 or 5 quid postage or whatever. Or no commission and I'll offer free postage to everyone that buys shirts through my shop. What do you think I did? Me, these cunts come on here on my channel saying, you're only here to make money on YouTube. Fuck off, silly cunts. Because back then, and I'd do the same now, I just went, I don't want any commission on the shirts. If I can help Liverpool fans out around the world, because it included Australia and far away motherfucking places, then sell it. I don't want commission if it helps people. And I've always been like that. Take the money from the big companies. This was just like a little bloke, you know. Liverpool Football Club contacted me because I advertised it on Cop Talk, saying same kit, same official kit, free postage worldwide, because they were charging a fortune to send it around the world. Maybe not in the UK, but certainly overseas. And the big cheese contacted me and said, your advertising is aggressive. I suggest you work with us. We can help you. I said, no, you're all right, thanks. No thanks. No fucking thanks. I've had legal letters off Liverpool over years before. Take you to court. Good. The publicity would be amazing. That was when I first started Cop Talk. It's true. And there was people associated to the club that were posting on my forums on Cop Talk when forums were a thing, and I traced them back to Liverpool Football Club through their IP addresses. Yeah, so they were fucking with me, you know what I mean? Different people and that. So, you know, and then the other side of it, the club launched what was called an e-season ticket, right, on their website, where you could get access maybe to online audio commentary, which is a thing back then. I don't know if it's still available today, but it was a thing back then. And on the sign-up page, there was one review on the sign-up pages for the e-season ticket. Guess whose it was? Mine. Right? So 1 minute they want you to help them, and next minute they'll be trying it on with you. But the thing is, incentives are offered. And I would always be suspicious of independent, unofficial YouTube podcasts, YouTube channels, blogs, whatever, that has so much access to the players for interviews and that, you know. Something going on there, in my opinion. Just saying, you're certainly leaving the door open to make it look like that. I'm not saying that about everyone. You know, what was that fucking idiot called that went round putting dog shit through someone's letterbox? Do you remember? The press officer at Liverpool, do you remember? I had a nickname for him. I don't think it'd be very politically correct if I said it now. What was that? Can you remember that? What was dog shit gate? Can someone remind me, please? Anyway, he started inviting the fan sites in, didn't he? Do you remember? Started inviting the fan sites into press conferences. So all these fan sites that tried to rival Cop Talk back in the day were like, oh, we've got access now. Fatty Oldham hasn't. No, do you know why Fatty Oldham hasn't? Because they won't fucking have me anywhere near there. That is for true. Because if you're a fan channel and you're being invited in, all right, that means you're towing the line, because they're going to tell you what you can and can't fucking question. So there's no doubt about it. You can be a Twitter twat, you can be a podcaster, a YouTuber, whatever. You can't just go and ask what you want in them press conferences. So you're towing the line, all right? So if someone said to me, you can attend every Liverpool fucking press conference in the world, nah, you're all right, thanks. I'd rather be independent, truly independent. Don't want to work with any other YouTube channels, podcasts, websites. No, I want to be a lone wolf, mate, always. I'll have good relations with people if they want. I'm not really bothered at my age now. Who'd want to go to a press conference and watch Arne Slot? I'd sit there, mate. Can you imagine me at a press conference? I'd sit there and go, Arne, can I ask you a question? Yes. Fuck you doing here, bro? Seriously. You know what I mean? The state of it, the state of the internet coverage, Liverpool, shite. What you need is one of them journos to grow a pair and go, I'm going to do something different. Because that's what I did back in the day, right? I did something different, all right? I created the news group that you probably don't even know what news groups are. I created the news group. It was a big deal to get a UK news group back then. It wasn't easy. It was sort of like the next stage around bulletin boards and all that. And then the mailing list, the website, you know, it was very different on the internet back then, 30 years ago, nearly 30 years ago, compared to now. Now it's hard to imagine, but there ain't no decent Liverpool websites now, is there? Look at it, shite. It's all shite. It kind of backs up my point. Whether it's from the fan side of things, or these people just clickbaiting and trying to pretend they know what they're talking about, or whether it's journalists that have been through university basically doing the same thing in print. So it needs someone to be different. So if you're going to launch a YouTube channel, be fucking different. Don't be one of these morons going out saying, I know what's going on because my source told me. How old are you? Don't you, just stop it. People tell me stuff all the time, but I don't go, my source told me. Get a word with yourself. Stop it. If you're going to do a YouTube channel, be different. If you're a journalist, be different. You know, don't be one of these fucking like towing the line people. Have some balls. Go out there. Do something different. Sit there with your wife or your husband and say, do you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to do something different because, yeah, I might lose my wage because I'll get sacked from the newspaper or I'm leaving the newspaper. That's probably the better example there. But you know what, Debbie? Listen to me. Right, Debbie does Dallas. Right? Listen, Debs, I'm telling you, I'm going to be a different person. I'm going to be a different journalist. And I'm going to show everyone I've got integrity. And I'm going to go back to the old school of journalism. Right? And I'm going to get thousands of Liverpool fans backing me each month. I'll earn 10-fold, 20-fold, 30-fold. And they would. But none of them are that intelligent. None of them are that intelligent. They're quite willing to just stroll along, toe the line, you know, not ask the questions that the fans really want, not represent the fans either. We've seen examples of that, haven't we? You know, oh, let's do an interview about flying planes over Anfield. We'll just ask the people that are against it. We won't ask the people that actually organised it. That's a real fair bit of journalism, isn't it? That's very impartial, isn't it? Fucking useless here. I'm on a ranting mode today, mate. It's true, I know I'm right. I know I'm right. If you're a journo, do it. Break free. Be your own person. Gamble. You'll make a fucking fortune. Maybe you don't want to make a fortune. That's me trying to encourage you. But I bet you make more money than you do on your salary now. Don't be scared. These football clubs have got people tied in with access. If I lose my access, Debs, we're fucked. We'll never pay mortgage. I'll have to do as I'm told. Not that the clubs say you do this, you do that. It's just common sense, isn't it? See, I'm lucky. I can say what I want. I don't want to offend anybody, right? And I'm not here to offend anyone. At the same time, if you get offended easily, you shouldn't be on my channel, that is for sure. Right? But the reality is, I'm lucky because I've been very successful with Cop Talk, right? So I'm all right, yeah? It ain't easy each month because you've got to pay for every fucking thing, but a business does that, you know? Millionaires own my football club locally, but the club has to sustain itself and pay for itself. It's the same with Cop Talk, right? So Cop Talk has to pay for itself. That's the reality. You know, but I'm very fortunate that I was extremely successful with it right at the beginning. You know, and I'm talking mega money, right? So I've been all right since I was 25. So I'm lucky because I'm not in a risk of losing my house, you know, because I can't keep up with my mortgage payments because I've owned it since I was 25 because of Cop Talk within my first year, right? So I'm fortunate I don't have that pressure over me. I don't have a boss that's going to sack me, you know, so I'm lucky. So I can be more open with you guys and look at the difference that gives. So I understand the journalists that have to toe the line. And it's sad because journalism, you know, the press used to be a pain in the ass. You know, we don't want them finding out. Now they couldn't give a fuck if they find out. If you find out, you won't be coming in here again. You fuck then. Because that journalist, if he covers Liverpool Football Club, can't get access anymore. Well, he's not an asset to the company anymore. He loses his job, they lose their house. So can you see why the journalists have to toe the line, right? Doesn't mean you go out and be disruptive or an arsehole and, you know, try and, you know, out everyone and everything you fucking know. But the standard of reporting is fucking shite, isn't it? I don't know what, if I was starting out again now and I was 22, 23, what would I do? What would my advice be to a 22, 23-year-old version of me? No, things are very different technology-wise. I'd be totally different. If I lived in England, this is what I would do. I'd do YouTube full-time. I wouldn't bother with a website because times have changed. And I'd do what I did just before I left England, and that was I bought a big van, brand new van. And the idea was I was going to kit it out with like a desk and connect to the internet and stuff and go to Melwood and stay there, sleep over and film every fucking thing and all that. But the technology, it was still a long time ago. It's changed now, right? Now you've got like Starlink, yeah? So you can have internet, you've got your mobile phone, you've got fast internet coverage. I'd be bombing. If I was in England now and I was a young lad, I'd be bombing around in what are you sniffing at? Sorry, I thought it was going to curl one off on the floor. I know what it is, a fly. I can tell. If I was that young lad now, 23, I'd have a mobile YouTube channel for Liverpool. Not stood outside ground interviewing people. Who gives a fuck what people think like that? Do you give a fuck what some random fan says stood outside ground? I've just been to ground and I thought Mo Salah. No one gives a fuck. It's so dated. It's so dated. What you need to be is a roving reporter in a van. Get out there, bombing around, popping up everywhere. Beep, 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 beep. Oh, there's that mad fucking hair off YouTube. I'm telling you, you need to listen to me. That's what I'd be doing. I couldn't do it now. Number one, I'm too old. Two, I'm too tired. And three, I couldn't give a fuck. I don't want to do it. But if I was a young lad, that's what I'd be doing. I would. And if you think back to it, at that age, you've got a nice little bird with you. Imagine you'd having some right fun on a night time in back of that van, wouldn't you? Do you know what I mean? What a job. Got a little stove doing your bacon and egg and all that. You know what I'm saying? Bit of roly-poly when you finish. Fucking great. I'm telling you. I'd be all over. They'd be like, oh, he's fucking here now. Every training session, I'd be like that, winding a fucking like big, like be like a submarine with a thing going up with the camera on it. I'd be like that, wincing it up. I fucking would, guys. You got to be different. You got to be different. If you're not different, you're just same as anyone else, right? You're same as anyone else. Let's be honest. Almost everyone on YouTube's just the fucking same, aren't they? Full of shit. Shite. Journalists full of shit. Shite. Now, I feel sorry for you guys because you got nothing. You haven't got, at least back in the day, you had, quality news reporting, really, whether it was a printed newspaper before clickbait and before the dot-com bubble burst in the year 2000. You had quality websites like Cop Talk, just saying. Yeah, it's shite now. You go on Twitter now, right? These accounts, new kit now, buy now, buy now. It doesn't cost out to run a fucking, Twitter account. But fine, if you need to generate revenue, that's fine. But let's be honest, 99% of their other content, what are they actually raising money for? They'll just use quotes from, say, Fabrizio Romano, Mo Salah, right? They'll just use him. But they don't retweet what he says, do they? They use their own words and put his username in it. That's so that they get the impressions on their account. So that shows the shysters in the first place. We can all follow Fabrizio Romano. We don't need you. But what are they telling you? Then they're telling you about betting, right? They're shite. They're all shite. Shite, fucking shite. Probably the best thing is some people that put a bit of thought into breaking things down and tactics and things like that are not trying to claim to be in the know, but are maybe giving a bit of football knowledge and education. And there are some of those accounts. But they're just not for me because they don't interest me. Someone said on one of my streams last night, something about you should follow such and such for statistics. And I don't want to know. The only statistics I'm interested in life, that I've ever been interested in my life, is a woman's bra size. That's the only stats that I can ever think of any interest to me. And football, it's not complicated, is it? Here's a massive stat here, right? Or a great analysis here when it comes to tactics and formations, right? 4-4-2. You heard Mike Bassett say it, right? And then score more than you let in. You win the game. That's it. I don't need you to tell me anything else. Ratio this, ratio fucking that. Ball travelled at 15 miles. Who gives a fuck how fast? But just hit the back of the fucking net, didn't it? Back of net went like that. I know it was hit hard. Right? Let's get a bit of old school in that. Let's get some old school journals. Let's get a journalist, do something different. Let's get a YouTube channel, a fan channel that does something different. Hi, I'm outside Anfield, and I'm going to speak to someone that was at the game. What did you think of the game? Yeah, it was so right. I mean, to be honest with you, I'm not very happy with Arnold Slaughter. No. I'm outside Anfield. What did you think of that ball useless cunt in there today? Do you know what I mean? Do something different, be controversial or something. But I won't even interview people. Do something different. Wouldn't you like it if one of them journalists came out and went, you know what, enough's enough. I'm launching my own fucking thing. I'm putting everything on the line, my entire career. on the line, but the industry is so wank now that I have no freedom. And I might lose my house and everything, but will you support me if I do this? How many people would ignore that man or woman? Man. How many? Even if it was Captain Obvious or one of the fucking journos, you know, I'm not really impressed with, I'd be like, oh, I'll do it, silly cunt, see if he can make it work. None of them. We need to sort things out, Remy. If I could go back in time, I'd sort the fucking lot out, mate. Right, anyway, I'm off. I've had enough now. Do you know what? This is my new phone. This is my new phone. I got a new phone. I'm allowed to buy a new phone. Someone criticised me on here recently for going on holiday. It's not good optics, that, going on holiday with your girlfriend. I've got a new phone, a new number. Look, I've got one message. That's my girlfriend. And that was just me sending a message, or her sending. I think it was me. Look, there's the entire thing, look. midnight last night, look. Hello, I was laid in bed putting SIM in the thing. Now, that's not a euphemism. I was putting the SIM in the thing. I mean in the phone. Right? Hello. It was just so I could say, Des, you got my number. She's the only person that's got that phone's number. It's fucking great. It's mint. No one can contact me. It's mint. It's really good. But this phone, this is what I mean. One, two, three notifications. Did you have a chance to review my last email? Yeah, but I'm not fucking interested. Gone. WhatsApp. Debit. Private message. All just message and shite. No one messages you with good news, do they? Right, I'm off. I just wanted to do a video different, that was all. I didn't want to talk about the mail stands all the time. I like the mail stand. It's my favourite feature of the channel, to be honest with you. I mean, I do miss doing Traitor Trent, but he's not doing anything either, is he? He's another useless cunt, right? But the reality is that it's just been, I felt like it's a bit just too much last couple of days, all overdrive. Not overdrive, fucking hell. What's it called? Mail stand. I think I have to go and pick her up now. Can you imagine what conversations like in car when she gets in? She gets in and she goes, "Hi, yeah, you all right? How was your day?" Great. Well, what happened at work? I go, you don't want to know. You don't want to know. Well, tell me something. Well, Mo Salah posted something. He liked it. He's fucking moaning, and now I'm moaning about something that was nothing to fucking do with it to start with. Here comes the grift. If you'd like to support my channel and keep it different to everybody else, you'll know what you're going to do. That's right. Thumbs up the vid. I don't even, to be honest, I don't even know why I say that in a video because it don't bother me one fucking bit. What is it? Why do I say that? It's because all the kids do it, don't they? Hey, all right, guys, press the bell. Ping, ping, ping. Fucking press the bell end. No, I mean, like, listen. Do you know what? Yeah, fuck it. Doesn't matter. I don't want you to comment. Don't want you to thumbs up. I like the comments, though. I like hearing from people. There's a lovely love art under the video. Oh, I like it when you press that. I think 2 or 3 people pressed it out of about 60,000 people yesterday. Tells you what the world's like, doesn't it? Yeah. Maybe they don't like your videos, don't. There's a lot of them watch them, though, isn't there? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I know my peoples are. I know my peoples are. I know they are. I know the ones who buy me a beer closer to the weekend. I fucking know. I know the ones that'll come on the live stream. How you doing, Dunk? You all right? I know my peoples are. Rest of them are fucking shysters. Because they can't even say hello to me every now and then. That's right. There's a fly in here. Remy's looking for it. Remy, we're going now. I've had me say. Yeah, there's a love art. It's called the Super Thanks, right? There's a lot of people out there that would support me like that if they could, but they can't. I know that. But my attitude would be, listen, what's more important? my beer kitty, Revolut, in the video description, or your electricity. Be honest. You could sit in dark for one night and buy me a beer, couldn't you? And as for kids, well, I read there was a massive diabetes problem in England and kids were overweight and all that now, so I think they can go without one fucking meal for a beer. No? I know what you're thinking. It won't kill me if I went without a meal. I know. I'm trying my hardest. Been trying my hardest for 30 years. It just coincides that I gained all my weight because I've been sat on my ass for 30 years doing this shit. I was a strapping lad. Hey, but I tell you what, though, the girls, they've always liked the big man, just see. What I mean by that is with the big belly. See, when you're a man growing up, you think you've got to be all like this. Oh, look at me, down in the gym and all that. My experience is like, oh, I don't want to be with that wanker. No, I want to be with you and your cuddles. It's true. You ever seen any of my wives? I'm like Henry VIII, mate. Oh, fucking beautiful. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah. Nowhere near as attractive as my girl now, though, I love you, no. I'm on an hat trick. I'm going away with her on holiday this year. And she keeps saying, when are we getting married? I think she thinks I'm taking her away to get married. Well, fuck, I ain't. Yeah, fuck that. I'd like to go and see my boy Smooth, to be honest with you. I'd like to go and do that. I ain't seen Smooth for ages. I'd like to do that. But we can't at the moment. So, right, I'm off. I'll see you later, guys. Stream at 6:30 UK. That's 2 hours from now. Be different. Right? Be different. And remember, maybe you don't want to run a YouTube channel or a blog or be a journalist. Then I'm going to give you another bit of advice that I say on here. Be an asset. Be an asset, not an arsehole. Be an asset to your partner, to your friends, to your family, to your employer. Be an asset. Better to be an asset than an arsehole, I think.